Alright, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've had a little bit of a hiatus from speaking directly to the camera and bringing you guys tutorials, and the reason for that is we were moving. So the week before Christmas, or 2 weeks before Christmas, or just after I got back from Hawaii, I got back and my family told me that we were moving. I had no idea before I left, so we spent a little bit of time packing and obviously moving, and then we weren't able to get into a house, so we're in a little bit of a halfway home at the moment, which is why I've sort of got this makeshift area that I can film. It's, I don't get much time with 6 people at home. I don't get much time separated from the rest of my family. So my apologies for not bringing more content over the last few weeks, but from now on, we should be moving into a new place next week where I should be able to get my own little area and we can get back to filming. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video that I've been asked to make so many times, and that is how to add fog to your images and take your images from, or take your edits from this to this, using a trick in Photoshop that's super easy to learn and super easy to use. So we're going to jump straight into it. I don't really know what to call this series. It's going to be shorter tutorials, like one tip sort of things. If you've got any ideas for names, just leave them in the comments. But so we're going to jump straight into it. This is the image we're going to be using. It was an edit that I did in Lawn. Now this is already heavily edited. I'll just remove the fog layers. So that's what it looks like before I've added the fog. Obviously it's a little bit too vibrant. I don't like how you can sort of see all the beachfront shops here, and the beach doesn't look super clean, and then it's a bit of a park. Like, it's a beautiful beach, but if you're looking straight back, it's very suburban and it's not very separated, and I kind of like that in nature look, so I added the fog to sort of separate the subject from the street front. So that was how I did that. I've replaced the sky, added different reflections so it's a little bit more colorful. Like I said, again, replaced the sky here, and here was the original sky. It was still a beautiful sky, I just wanted something a little bit more colorful. So we're gonna get rid of those 2 layers right now. And actually, no, I won't delete them. It's probably a bad idea. But first thing you want to do is add a new layer. So you're going to go Shift Alt Command N to add a new layer. Once you got your new layer, you want to turn on a mask. So you're going to come over to this little button over here and click Mask. And all that does is adds a mask to whatever you're going to do after that selection. So you're then going to want to go up to Filter, Render, Difference Clouds. Once you got that, it's going to look like this. You then want to go over here and get rid of that layer mask, and then hit Shift Delete and fill that selection with white. Once you've done that, Command D to get rid of the selection. Once you've done that, we obviously don't have the fog that we want. This is the starting position. So you're then going to hit Command T, head over to here, make sure that this is selected, and I usually go around 6 to 10 on the size. So once you hit that, let's try 8, looks perfect. I have this selected so it changes the dimensions in both ways, so it sort of multiplies it by 8 rather than just increasing the height or increasing the width. You then want to go ahead, now my computer's probably going to take a while to do this. I thought so. I'll speed up this process. Okay, once your computer's done transforming that, a good tip that I find here, because this file size is now massive, like this is now out here, I find a good way to stop your computer from really struggling, especially if you're like me and you're working on anything older than 2016, just go over here, select that layer, the entire layer, hit Command C, Command V, that'll duplicate just that area that's visible, and then you can go ahead and delete the original one. If you want to keep it around and just have it invisible, it's up to you, but my computer really can't handle it, especially once I add layer masks and start removing some of it. It really starts to struggle. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go over to our new fog layer here, which is quite a good size. We're going to go and add a mask, hit Command Delete. We're going to fill the selection with black. All that's going to do is delete all the fog behind the mask. And then what we can do is we can grab the paintbrush tool, make sure you're on opacity and not flow. All that'll do is make sure that when you go over it twice, it's not going to duplicate until you take your finger off the trackpad. So I chuck it around to, let's say, negative to about 15. Get a nice big brush, and all you're going to do, make sure you're painting with white. All you're gonna do is paint in that fog. So going back and forth, moving it around randomly. You don't need to worry about being random in your movements too much, because that's what the mask of fog has already done. It's created abstract fog. So when you paint it back in, it's not gonna be like painting white onto your image. It's gonna paint back that fog that you already had. So you wanna do this a few times. Make sure you get a nice big brush. Don't move it around too much. I find keeping it away from your subject is a good idea, but also keeping a big brush makes it look more natural rather than painting away. Then once you got a good base, what you can do now is put the opacity all the way to 100, put your flow down to 15 so it's opposite, and this will allow you to paint over certain areas. Again, making sure you're painting with white, and this will just allow you to go over a few more times in certain areas and add a little bit more. You can go with a little bit of a smaller brush and add a little bit here, add a little bit into the sky, maybe add a little bit more. Again, be nice and random with your movements. And voila, it's about as simple as that to go take your edits from this to this with one simple tool. Now, what you can do now is maybe add different layers and have them at different sizes. So say if you wanted your foreground to look bigger than your background, whatever you want to do. Another trick that you can do as well is you can go Command T to transform, head over to transform perspective, and then pull these sides out and pull that down. And that can sometimes, say if you want to put it on the surface of a lake, or if you want to do something in the tree line or something that looks more 3D and the fog sort of looks like it sits on there, that can be a good way to make your images look like they're more natural. The other tip as well is you don't need to use your mask. Say for example, I've got this image, let's open up edit. Now all you can do for this one is go add new layer, head over, filter, render, difference clouds, easy peasy. That is going to be quite small. We're going to struggle here. Go ahead, fill the selection with white, Command D, Command T, head over here, let's change this up to 10, nice and big. And you'll notice straight away once this finishes transforming that already looks quite natural. I'm gonna let it transform again because my computer struggles with this. Again, like I said in one of my last videos, if anyone wants to send me a brand new MacBook Pro or the money to buy a MacBook Pro, my PayPal link will be in the description. Once it's finished transforming, you notice that this one already looks quite natural. So what I don't want to do here is add a mask and then have to paint this back in to look natural. What I can do here is just simply add a mask, and rather than deleting it straight away, I can just go ahead with the black brush selected, keep my flow or my opacity nice and low. Let's say about 9 and up to 100 on the fill or the flow. And I can just paint away. Maybe if I want my subject to stand out a little bit more or whatever I want to do, it's as simple as just painting away rather than painting in. So those are the two tips as far as adding fog to your images. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, I'm back to making regular videos from now on, so I apologize for missing the last few weeks, but if you've enjoyed anything I've been putting out, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, let me know in the comments what you want to see more of, and head over to my Instagram, _Tom Noske, and follow me over there. But till next time, I'll see you guys later.